Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko stayed quirkless but became a superhero. And you've seen it on like the post on YouTube where this is Zuko's armor. It was specially modified for handling any quirks. Like, it can also, because it's also unbreakable, so every time someone tries to, like, do some serious damage to the user of it, will end up, instead of the user losing, like, blood, or gains more momentum. So, yeah. So, and I'm also throwing in zoomies because hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah. Here. So, basically, Zuko, now, if I missed the first part, sorry, let me record that. So, my name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Was Quirkless. So, now, you guys got caught up on it. Basically, Zuko, the armor gives its user a like powers. It was designed to handle any quirks and but times 10. If he was battling against Bakugo, then the armor will use explosions on Bakugo. But they would be 10 times harder than an ordinary explosion from Bakugo. And I noticed there's some flaws in some armors. Like Tinya's armor is that if you strike him in the shoulders or in the knees, or like the thigh, anything, like if you stab him here, or here, or in the head, he would probably stop. But for like Bakugo's arms, you just cut his arms off and it would be, yeah. I am not gonna say what for the Ochakos. No. So, ready? So, Zuko and Zumi are born. The Zuko and Zumi were hanging out until age of 4. Zuko and Zumi went to a quirk doctor. The quirk doctor says to Zumi that she has a quirk. But her brother, court or doctor looks at her brother. He says this: "You're quirkless." Okay, at least one of us, huh? So, definitely not me. Hmm? So then, yeah, Zuko ended up gets abandoned after, but they did not realize, or he actually, after he walked, not to his house, but he walked away, he found a suit, or the abandoned factory, and the name of it was Superhero Suit Factory. But they built a new one. They left the old one to abandon with everything that makes a new or suits. So Zuko was stumbled into it. As he walks in, and it had no security system, like no security cameras. So he walks in. He had the same face what Dobby had. Look, whoa. So he created a suit of armor by using a special kind of alloy that he thought of. And implementing like quirks into it. He worked on it for 15 years. And then he tested it. He used like the armor's capabilities to like explosions and to see if so, and Zuko's is like got a hang of it, or not hung by it, but hang on it, or hooked on it. So, and plus Zuko wasn't dumb. Or he goes to like school and then back to it, like school then back to it. He goes to a normal school. As he made a so advanced technology suit that every night he goes out with a suit thing. And he slaughters all the villains. The crime rate went down to 0. Like there was nothing there. As the crime rate went down to 0, but the pro heroes noticed that something is going wrong, or something. Why is as they always ask, why is the villains are disappearing one by one, two by two? Maybe they gave up. No, the news says there's this new in eventually, like the anti-hero. It's basically like Hero Killer Stain, but for villains. And they keep finding words destroyer was here. Every crime rate went down to 0. Yeah. It was terrifying. Where it was so much crime rate dropped. So much that even pro heroes are like, whoever this kid is it's probably, or whoever this person is, must have the quirk or something like that. And before I do anything, before we go further, let me explain how I got this idea. This suit right here. Here. If you haven't seen in this, like, comic book, sorry. So, yeah, it was worn by Batman, the Insider. One. So, yeah. So, where were we? Oh, yes, I remember. So, not gonna remain all for one mad. And because his underground villains got slaughtered, the only people that are left was League of Villains. Like Kirigiri, Shiraki-san, Tamago Toga, Dobby, Musclear, like the rest of them. Actually, Musclear wasn't in this what if because Musclear got killed like a rest. So it was like, imagine all of those people except for Moonfish and the Musclear. It would be Spitter, twice, Ace, Dobby, twice, and Toga, and Mustard, and the Magnus. Those people are the only survivors left. So, yeah. Like, with Kirigiri and Shiraki-san. Because they are trying to figure out why this is happening. But no one knows who actually did it. So they questioned every hero. Or they actually put it on the news of, we must find whoever is this so-called destroyer, and we need to bring him to justice. But furthermore, no one uses, I repeat, no one uses their quirks until we find whoever's doing this. And yeah. Destroyer, we will unmask you. So So then things are silent. Zuko knows that so then All Might versus like All for One, and that you're all probably saying that's impossible. How would All Might versus All for One without using his quirk? Reason is that because of rules even apply to All Might too. So, but before All Might get killed by All for One, All for One uses, or he's about to use his beam attack, but a green dark knight came out of nowhere. He was using Ochakos' ability of gravity, and plus strikes down All for One's head. Boom, sending him crashing into another building. It was already destroyed, so yeah. So basically he used Rungurl's power with Ochakos' gravity, and he has a voice thing, like a voice changer in his, as he kept his identity away, like locked away deeply. As All for One says, "You must be Destroyer, aren't you?" Yeah. I will destroy you no matter what. So then he ends up using speed of like Tenya's speed quirk mixed with Gran Torino's, as they're like, whoa, this guy is overpowered. He's using like all of our powers at once. And yeah, he basically sends All for One packing, like slamming him all the way to the ocean. And he goes with him. As he goes down, as he uses the water pressure to pulse himself down, slams his body, because the suit's depth is infinity, so he can handle it. Plus, he wasn't a weakling. He was a strong person. As he beats him around and throws him out of the water, on her and crashing back to where they were just at. Yeah. Then he ends up yeah. Zuko ends up becoming the most powerfulest person in the world. Like, his explosions, or they see him using Bakugo's explosions. They use, if you really want to know who I am, before I kill you, whom as he's about to remove his helmet, and when he did, he looked up and everyone was shocked, including his own father. They could not believe that this kid, no, his son was the most powerfulest person in the world. Oh, now, yeah. As Dobby's like, you're, bam. As Dobby immediately gets punched in the stomach and by Zuko, sending him flying and all the way to the prison. Yeah. Like right at the front doorstep. Sending him flying. Yeah. Now, plus there is some little bit of a special thing that this suit can do. Every time the user uses uses like different quirks that it gave them. It's basically like infusing into their bodies. They could not believe it. That this kid is on a whole nother level of, as let's finish this, shall we? As All For One says, agreed. You're just a child. I will kill you right here, right now. Puts on his mask. Round or final round. As Zuko's in his head saying that, as Zuko charges in like how Gran Torino was, as he kicks him in the chest, sending All For One flying. And plus he uses the fire breath thing with like beam attack, like I forget that kid's name, the UA trader, spoilers, this guy right here's, and plus his suit of armor also gave him enough power. Yeah. So now he is ready. So he picks up debris. Like all the debris around faster puts it right over All For One's head and Zuko says, release. As they see Zuko, who they see Zuko, who's using Ochakos. Ochako doesn't remember meeting him. Bakugo could not believe this kid's overpowered. As he uses fire and ice. As Todoroki is like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah. He used all the power from the world. And yeah, when he combined all of the attacks, he did use like super thinking, like what she does. Yeah. Basically, he like all for one's like ha 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 ha, bam. He gets shot in the face by so much power that even off his regeneration can't even. And plus, it created a giant like U-shaped hole, not diagonal, but all the way across. Like that one scene. It was like that, but on a whole nother level of it. It was like Dragon Ball Z doing like that. Oh, give me a minute to... Yeah. So Zuko was so overpowered, everyone... I mean, everyone was like, hold on, I'm trying to find the... Okay. Everyone was in shock that they witnessed the new power, and he used the special technique, from that one guy from Class 1B's. This guy right here. This guy's right here, though. He uses the air thing to shield all the like heroes. And yeah. So he says, it's time for me to get away. As he uses the, like, her quirk, like her power. I don't remember what her power was, though. Was it flight thing? I don't remember. So that's why I'm on this My Hero Academia wiki, and plus it says that she has a power of float. Here, let me make it blow up first. Yeah. This is float. I might watch that after the... Sorry. So, and it's not sponsored, but the... So, float... Zuko uses float... to make him fly away. And plus with Gran Torino's speed thing, because it will also give him the 10 times faster than Gran Torino by himself. So he jetted off. Of course, the barrier broke after he left. Then the government is like, this kid is more dangerous than anyone. But he's just a kid. What is his intentions? What is his goals? Because to my eyes, I see him as a giant threat to us. As a quirk, or as the detective told the Num, I may clear up what his goal is. Becoming a pro hero. Oh. Yeah. So, that, as that guy says, it makes sense. But he doesn't have a permit for it. But with that suit of armor that he's wearing, as the plus the armor that was, every time he uses it, he can handle the pain. Like, he becomes much more, he lost himself of more than anyone. Like, he can, as everyone's trying to look for Zuko Midoriya, Zuko ends up becoming this as he became the most powerful, smartest person. Yeah, every student was on their tippy toes. Like, if, as Bakugo says, that quirkless loser, I can't believe he go all psychotic. Ochako had this very deep, like, bond with, or like, she did not realize, like, during the mall, he says, or Zuko says, you all did great out there, or at the sports festival. Ochako, your quirk is pretty cool. Oh, and like stuff like that. So then he leaves to but then that was back then. But right now she's inside of her body, like her heart, she falls in love with him. She wants him to be her boyfriend thing. She wants him to be the... Yeah. Zuko... They tried... Or they looked for everywhere. But they did not know Zuko was already right behind them. Or like underneath. As he used his own... He disguised as someone else. Like how Togo is, but without drinking blood. Yeah. So they're like trying to figure out where he is. It's like someone just like do 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 do, or plays that song do 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 do, like that Illuminati thing in the background, because Zuko, they thought he was... If they don't find him, they can never activate their quirks ever again. But one day, or actually one night, Ochako decided to go out by herself to try to figure out something. So she goes to the abandoned factory. There, she looked around, as she was in her superhero costume. Zuko, she could feel the presence of Zuko. As she's freaking out. Or she's trying to calm herself down. But Zuko transformed into Bakugo before. And he transformed into his own sister before. And she was wearing her superhero outfit, as she says, "What are you doing here?" Well, I think that I really want to talk to him. Try to find him to make sure and bring him to justice. And as a echoey voice says, funny. Honey, nice to meet you in person, Ochako. No need to worry. After all, I can be anyone or anything that I can become. As Ochako says, why? Hey, did you fled from the police? After the overhaul, or the All for One versus All Might. Because I don't feel like sticking around. After all, Because as the and the Zuku that you're talking to, or the Zumi that's right behind you, is actually the clone. As she turns around and she sees the mud and like her friend turns to mud, as she's like, what was your plans and what are you gonna do with me? Oh, I'm not gonna do anything bad. I'm more of a talker than a walker. You know why I do these things, Ochako? Because to take my anger out. That's my only goal. Is to take out every villain and that was being, because and the other line, like Nezu had a radio thing, like barbed wire, or like the not barbed wire, the ear, like in her helmet. This part right here, ended up hearing the entire conversation. That's my only goal in life right now. Because every single person in this world, how would you feel if everyone loses their quirks permanently? I know the news told all of you that don't use your quirks until you found me. But you found me. So I'll give you because anger, I will take away every anger, negative emotion of everyone. And once it does, you know what it does to my name? It will make my body go, oh, imagine living in the world without someone like me, quirkless, useless, as probably Bakugo told you about it. As Ochako could not believe that Zuko is about to commit suicide. That's what her brain is thinking. With all that negative emotions, he's about to get killed. Yeah. As Principal Nezu heard that too, everyone was shocked when they heard that Zuko is about to take away all of their negativity and make his entire body blow up. And she says when you're, of course, he says, or no, of course, Ochako says, what are you gonna do after? This thing is wired up to my life force. Once I die, then it will self-destruct, taking every person down with me. You seem, or as Ochako sees, or she says, "You're such a good person. Why? You always a..." I wasn't a good person. Because back then, every time I do something, everyone like try to be a hero, but then I ended up becoming like laughed at and get bullied, and gives all the credit to Kosuke Bakugo or any other kid except for me. Do you know how hard it is to have someone calling you quirkless, useless? It infuriates me. I should have deserved that credit. But no, you're quirkless, you're useless, you should die in a hole. That's what, as he starts to tear up, of course you do not understand that, Ochako. Because you students got taught, or you guys have quirks and you get credited for what? I know that all of you worked hard, but just imagine in your head, Zuko, or imagine in your head all the quirkless as people become dead. We're good as dead. So do I. As Ochako is tearing up, as she could not believe that Zuko is about to commit the most powerfulest thing. It was even on the news of what he just said. And of you heroes, you all of the students and pro heroes always get credit for what? If it was say a quirkless person like me, as Zuko says, then some random pro hero says, "It almost killed you," gets yelled at because no positivity. Every single, as fire burns in his hand, and as he shoots the laser. Now, as he sat in a chair, and he says, as Ochako knows what he's gonna do, as she runs, or as she makes or let's say one of the other pro heroes shows up and breaks the thing as the 99, 100, as he's about to explode, as Bakugo, who and Class 1A and Class 1B and the pro heroes and the students are watching as he's about to explode, as he died right then and there. Then a machine exploded, killing everyone on the planet, destroying the planet fully, wiping out the entire world. Home with one explosion. Yeah. And please wait for part 2. This is gonna be gonna go down the what I just said in this video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe after making part 2. So, bye.